welcome to this week's Alive and Free podcast. I am Kelly, and to y'all hate when I give the direction.
Yeah,
to my right, y'all left.
Yeah, there you go.
Is Isaac, who is the CEO, founder of Hunt Consulting Incorporated, right? And also, you have great insight because you were former director and project manager for GVI.
Yeah.
And then
I'm Malcolm. Well, I mean, you introduced him. I thought you might introduce all of them.
Yeah.
I didn't do it before, y'all.
We good.
We ain't good enough for no intro either.
It's Malcolm Coates,
Okay.
the preacher man. It's Teray,
Okay then.
the businesswoman, and J. Joe,
Jay Jizzle.
the all around. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we are here in the room.
Yeah, we are in here.
Yeah, and today we wanted to talk about courage. We had a conversation about courage, what it entails. There's so many ways we can dig into that conversation. There's the courage to change. There's the courage to speak up, the courage to act, the courage to
Change.
choose.
Yes.
And, you know, so there's so many subtopics that we can get into. Where would you guys like to start? When it comes to courage, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
I would like to ask Mr. Hunt, like when you hear the word courage, like especially doing the things that you do, you got to be courageous. So when you hear that word courage, like what comes to mind?
Success. That's the first thing that comes to mind when it comes to courage. And this is about drive and it's a discipline in your life.
Right.
And willing to take on challenges and not turn your back and get fearful of what it is.
Right.
Because fear ain't nothing but the devil.
Right.
You know? So I look at it a way that in order for me to strive, I got to have courage to step in that room that most likely I would not be invited into.
Right.
Because if you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to be in that room.
Ain't that it?
Yes.
That's what's up.
First, I want to acknowledge that we may all look good today, but every single one of us, maybe minus Malcolm, has...
I'm trying to see where she going with this. Like, I'm like, what?
Shots fired.
Boom. Oh, hold on, man. We violence free. What's going on?
No, I was saying every single one of us, though, has things we can share with you that it took some courage to shift away from. Right? And so when we're talking to our young people about being alive and free, and we say, you can do this, and they feel like, you don't know nothing. Right? It's not that. We absolutely know. I know that Isaac knows. I've heard his story. I've talked to Teray and Jason about their stories. I've talked to Malcolm. We all have things that were very difficult for us to shift and turn away from. And so, heck, I'd go back to you for that. Like, how do we get them to know and understand? We get that it takes courage to move away from what the people around you are doing.
Right.
But one of the things is better caught than taught. So when you sit out and you really look at these young people's lives and stuff, you got to look at their environment and how they being set up in their environment. So now you want them to change, but you give them the same environment.
Yeah.
You know, you don't do any changes. When the young black guys or young black girl or Latino kid is in school, we express ourselves differently. So because I'm expressing myself differently, now I'm being kicked out of school.
Right.
Nobody's really trying to sit down and see what's going on at my house.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe my mother is working 2 jobs and we ain't got no food.
Right.
You just going on what you see, but you ain't digging in to see how you could really help you. So if you're not really trying to, a person should be, a young person wants somebody that's going to be consistent.
Right.
Not somebody that's you'll show up today and then tomorrow you gone.
That's
right? Because I can't get it there. But if I'm seeing you every day, you're not a role model, you're a real model too.
Right.
And that's what we're missing in this community, the collaboration and to be able to help these young people grow. Because how can I learn how to be an engineer if I've never seen an engineer? I never met an engineer.
Right.
But I see all these kids in Mishawaka going down here to interning and engineer. Why some of these kids on the north side ain't going down here interning and engineering.
Right.
We need to open it up for our kids to see more opportunities.
For sure.
Not just here in South Bend, but outside the city.
I'm interested to know, Malcolm, what you think about courage when you hear that word?
I mean, I don't know. That's not a word we use a whole lot.
It's not.
Mostly because I think, so let me back up, because I said I don't know. I think we think about courage like people in the army or whatever, you know what I mean? Or firemen, you know.
Yeah.
You're going to run into a burning building, wow, right? And obviously that's not so much what we're talking about
True.
here. So that's where I started with I'm not 100% sure because that's not what we're dealing with. Now, let me back up and say that's not what we're dealing with. Some of the demographic we're talking about, some of these young kids who are out here living that lifestyle of violence, etc. They are actively going into danger. I don't think, though, I wouldn't consider it courage. I don't know how they would look at it. I think it's just instinctual. I think it goes back to, I appreciate that Isaac brought that up, the environment. And I think that was one of the questions on the notes that Kelly brought up was, does your environment dictate, or your circumstances, etc., and whether you can be successful, thrive, right? So, I mean, I think that's the reality. So when you grow up in that environment, you're so used to what we would consider danger, but you don't really think of it as danger.
Right.
Outside in, we probably are like, man, that's courageous that they be riding around with guns and stuff like that, and they going into the ops area. That's not courage for them because there's no real actual fear for them. So, and backing up to try to answer your question, I'm wrapping it, but courage is a willingness to do something in spite of fear.
Right.
And if I could circle back to the other point that Isaac brought up, fear being of the devil. In my mind, what that means also is fear is not real, right? And I remember this movie, Will Smith and his son, space movie. I don't know if y'all saw it because After Earth, I think is what it was called. Didn't do well in the box office, but I love the relationship. I love father and son relationships anyway. But what he ends up saying to him is, son, fear is not real. Danger is. Know the difference.
True.
Right?
That's good.
Because
That's
you
good, Mom.
could
That's
say,
good.
well, fear is not real, and then you run into some spot where some actual danger is. That just makes you stupid.
Right. Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
But fear is just something you create in your mind. So,
definitely understand that. It's I hope I say this right because I'm just going back to what you said as far as like when you say we look at the youth and they ride around with guns and it may look like, man, that's courageous, right? But on the flip side, like you said, they don't have no fear of riding around in that because you grew up in that danger zone like that. So what I was taking from that is this: you got to be courageous to make the change. You got to be courageous to make that change to do better away from that lifestyle that you always been around, that you grew up in. That's where the courage comes in because it's the fear of how people gonna look at you, the fear of if I can maintain that status to do more positive things, do more good things, or do more good for my life. Can I maintain that status? Then it's the fear of what everybody else got to say.
and ultimately, to your point, it's the fear of the unknown, right?
For sure.
So the reason they don't have fear, riding around with guns and knowing the ops is after them, all that, is because they're used to that. That's their normal, right? You talk about, hey man, what about going back to school and getting and what if we could get you this job? Now I don't know that, and I just want to keep loving on you, man. You know what I mean? I can see you need some love. I'm gonna keep love. Man, what he on? Right?
Funny,
There's a fear response to that. So in our minds, we like, wait, so you not scared of the cat with the gun trained on you. You scared of this dude because he like, hey man, I just want to help you. What's your angle?
Right.
No, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? So
and don't get it twisted. It's still fear in them streets.
Oh yeah,
a lot. You know what I'm saying? Still fear in them streets.
That's why they
fear want to do things. But you just face it as far as being courageous.
Different.
You know what I mean? You just face it as far as being courageous, and you still end up going to do it. Hey, yo, this your boy Jay Joe, and you watching the Live and Free podcast.
Financial literacy won't just change how much money you have. It will change your life. No matter your age, background, or income, knowing where each dollar goes helps you prepare today's spending for tomorrow's goals. Financial health lets you plan for your future, build assets, and create a long-lasting legacy for your family. And when families thrive, neighborhoods and communities will grow even stronger. Start your financial health journey for free at www.southbendfec.org or by exploring nonprofit resources in your community. Contact the South Bend Financial Empowerment Center at www.southbendfec.org. Financial well-being is for everyone. Plan today, build tomorrow, and leave a legacy that lifts us all.
I was talking about the idea of maybe you being the only one in your group who decides, I want something different. I am tired of the danger of my life being taken from me every moment, right? So what does that look like for somebody who is an individual who is making changes? Because perhaps they're involved in our programming. Perhaps they're coming here, and this is the only solid ground that they see.
Right.
What kind of courage does it take then to go back into your environment
Right.
and behave differently? What does that look like? Is that a reality?
So like how we talked about that split second,
Yeah.
that thought
Mm-hmm.
of what I'm gonna do to change, or that thought of in that instant of yes or no, or
Right.
should I or shouldn't I?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of
Decision making.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's what she wants you to do.
Yeah, I'm like, what does that really look like?
Well, I think going back to what Isaac said about even going in them rooms, and being who you're supposed to be and being how you're supposed to be, and you're the only one in there that look like you, and you're the only one that can represent for, I think it's better for I see what he got to say about it, what Isaac got to say about that.
A lot of people want to change.
Yeah.
They just don't know how.
Right.
So one of the things is opening up the doors and opportunities to their dreams, right? So like what we do is, when a person needs to come to us for some assistance, we build a plan around their dreams,
Right.
Not around what we think they should do, but what they want. So when we build that plan for them, we look and say, okay, this is the step you got to take. So we know it's like trying to quit smoking cigarettes. You're not gonna quit the first time,
Right.
This might take you 2 or 3 times, right? For myself, I served time in penitentiary for shooting somebody.
Right.
I had to learn how to be that. I didn't want to go back. I was in modern day slavery.
Yeah.
Right? So why am I going to go in there and work for 75 cents a day and I could come out here and work for $15 a day and be free?
Right, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got to worry about nothing. So I had to change my friends, my environment, and I couldn't worry about what people thought about me.
Right.
But I had to have somebody that had the tools and they built that can help me and walk me down the path.
Right.
When these young people got that, and they get a chance to look at themselves and say, I can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
When you ain't never accomplished anything, you ain't been in school, you in 12th grade and you got 3 credits, you looking in the mirror, how can you be proud of yourself?
Right.
Now we got to get you where you got confidence in yourself. Now you willing to take that step. Now you willing to walk with us. Now you willing to do the extra things you need to do to get a driver's license.
Yeah.
Right.
You know how many people in the city that never even went and got a driver's license?
Yeah,
Right.
and
Right.
rolling.
Come on.
Right. So let me ask you this: what was it for you that made you want to change? Like, especially you say you was in prison. So when you're getting out of prison, like, what was it the thing? Because a lot of people go to prison for a lot of different reasons. They get out and they still don't change. Like, what was it for you that made?
I had
you
some
like,
real mamas.
Yeah.
I got a brother who's a brain surgeon.
Gotcha.
He's the vice president of Atlanta Memorial Hospital.
Gotcha.
I got a brother, Terry, who built houses. I got a sister who's an occupational therapist. We all come out of South Bend.
Yeah.
But it's 11 of us. My little brother was the first one that went to college.
Right.
I said, if that dumb mug could go to college
Right.
and graduate, I know I can.
What you say, man? Hold up, let me do something. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
out here in the streets, but he was thinking differently.
Right.
Because he had a career path because Charles Martin led him on that
There
career
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I ended up going to prison and coming home, Lynn Coleman led me on the career path.
There you go.
He said, you're not wearing tennis shoes and blue jeans no more.
Right.
He gave me business cards, even though the suit came all the way up to here.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
got me my first job.
Right.
The fact that he got me a job and I was able to get employed with an F on my back, I didn't want to disappoint him.
There you go.
See what I'm
Accountability.
saying?
Yeah. There
Accountability.
You go. Yeah.
Because he put his name on the line.
Right.
And the only thing he asked me to do was help somebody else.
Right.
So I'm fulfilling what I'm supposed to be doing because
Right.
that's what I do. I help other people.
Right.
You know, and every time I made a mistake, he got on my tail.
For sure.
And I accepted
Accepted
the
repercussions.
corrected.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of these kids don't want correction.
Right.
The parents won't want no correction.
Right.
That's why the kids is out here at 3 o'clock in
Right.
the morning and you don't know where they at.
Right, for sure.
How you don't know where your kids is?
And then also somebody gave you my bad. Also somebody gave you room to change.
There
Yes.
you go.
And belief in
And
you.
make mistakes along while I'm doing it.
Right.
That's
Believing.
the part.
For sure.
That's the part.
And
That's the
extended
part.
that grace to know, like, yeah, you're gonna fall
Yeah,
short
yeah,
sometime. It's gonna happen, but hey, get back up. Come on, we got work to do.
That's it.
I believe in you, so come on,
Yes.
let's go.
You're a king. Walk
Yeah.
like one.
There you.
What have you done when you ran into somebody who just kept continuously every week? It's like, all right, you doing something dumb every week.
Right.
What can I do? How can I work with this?
Right.
I'm a father.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm a black father. You know, and these young men and women I got, I'm their daddy. When you with me, I'm your daddy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna treat you just like you one of my kids. You know, so I'm not gonna abuse my daughter. I'm not gonna abuse my grandkids, and I'm not gonna abuse you. But I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna give it to you just like you need to hear it.
Right.
Yeah.
We want to sugarcoat with these young people and
Yeah.
stuff. And this social media and all this stuff is out here influencing them every day.
Right.
And it ain't real.
And it ain't real.
Right.
You know, you think Ja Rule or whoever is running around here with shooting at people or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Young Thug and all them running around here.
All them different people.
You know what I'm saying? I done went to Ja Rule.
You went way back to Ja Rule, man. Come on. Let me bring you current a little bit. Hold up, man. Come on, man. You look current, man.
You think about it. They ain't out here shooting people. They got bodyguards.
Right.
And most of them got college degrees.
For sure, yeah.
But they giving you the music to let you listen to it and wild out on these streets.
Yeah, that's that.
This is Malcolm Coates, and you are watching the Alive and Free podcast.
When I was young, I was listening to Last Night. Remember that?
Right.
And I ain't had no business, but I also had a parent in the household who was very intentional about you ain't gonna be everywhere and do everything. That to me is what matters. Is you gotta set the tone and create a culture. But a lot of these kids don't have that. And so that's where I go back to what I was saying is like, we may be the only sound thing that they get around. The only thing that makes sense.
But also, being a parent, I know how I am with my children. I leave the door open. But my kids are also comfortable telling other things to other family members in my family that they trust, because at the end of the day, I'm a parent. I have to give you what I've learned, what I know, to walk the straight line and tell you those certain things that parents have to tell their child.
Right.
Now, my family members can give them the other side that a parent sometimes cannot give their child.
Absolutely.
You know, so, and it be kind of, it's not torn, but also the parents have to have and be comfortable with understanding. For one, it takes a village. And don't be so criticized and embarrassed when a family member is trying to assist and help and get through when you can't. Because that's where a lot of this come in at, because they need to stay out of my business, they need to do this and that. No, respect the courage that your family have to step in and not just say that's their child, let them deal with that.
Right.
You know, because everybody need help.
Yeah, for sure.
No matter the age or none of that. And then people that plans to give up on their kids when they turn 18, let me be the parent to tell you that that's when your kids need you more than anything.
The most.
For sure.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like you were saying about like, back to what Kelly was saying about as far as like, when do you like realize like, man, you just steady messing up. What I've learned from one of my mentors is this, like he always say this, he say, I ain't gonna give up on you,
but I ain't gonna give
I ain't gonna give in to you.
Yeah,
you feel me?
either.
So at the same time, it's like you still got that grace there. I'm still gonna do my part, but I'm not gonna keep on chasing. I see. So I just gotta let you be where you at. You know what I mean? But I'm still gonna be here with the consistency every single day. I'm still gonna be here in the same spot, doing what we do from day one. You know, but back to Mr. Hunt, I just was saying this too, as far as when the space like to change, right? Because that's a major thing, like. And we all talk about this all the time. Like, we gotta give people grace to change. And people always want to stereotype. They want to put you in a box, and they keep putting you in a box, even though and put you on a timeline for your change and your growth. And they want to keep you in a box, and even when you make moves to change, and it's like they still want to keep kicking you back down. And it's like, yo, what's up?
Try so hard.
I might as well just stay out here then.
But do you think that's intentional?
I definitely
People to keep you down?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe it is for sure.
Because it's profitable.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Be real with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm not ashamed to say, my wife owns a well-being TLC, a home care business. I got Husk Consulting.
Yeah.
Everybody work for me look like me.
Right.
I ain't got no problem saying it. You know why I ain't got no problem saying it? Because they do it too.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, they hire their sons.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at LeBron because he got his son.
Not at
playing.
all. Why would I be?
You know what I'm saying?
That's the goal.
They ain't mad at Donald Trump because he got his kids in there.
There you go.
But they gonna get mad at LeBron because LeBron doing it.
Yeah.
You gonna get mad at me because I'm gonna put my daughter in the business and give her an opportunity.
Right.
You gonna get mad because I'm gonna give your son a job.
Yeah. That's how we supposed to do.
But we supposed to help each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If they see Malcolm, my daughter see Malcolm on the street, and Malcolm see my son or daughter out here doing something wrong, and he don't say nothing to him, I'm come to Malcolm. Why you didn't check him?
Right, for sure. Yeah, we got to do it like that. Yeah.
But we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Because we like, I ain't saying to nobody else because they'll be ready to fight.
Uh-huh.
Well, you part of the problem.
Yeah, there you go. Ain't that it?
What y'all said made me think about this, and I asked because I know Malcolm has a son. I don't know if you guys have sons or daughters.
Yeah, definitely.
I know that we focus on the kids, but I feel like sometimes we also need to be talking to these parents.
Yeah. Malcolm, what you got to say about that,
He
Malcolm?
said, don't get me started.
Well,
because with her saying that, I'm reminded, it's a clip going around, it's from the Breakfast Club. I don't know who the dude is, black dude, but he goes around and asks all of them. Charlemagne and what's the little light skinned DJ Envy and the chick from
Just
Baltimore.
hilarious.
Yeah. He's like, do you let your kids cuss around? Do you let
Right,
your kids?
right.
He asked all of them.
Yeah, I've seen
and
it.
they all basically like, hell no. And he was like, see, you part of the problem.
Yeah.
Because he was like, you know they cussing.
Yeah.
And you know you did the same thing at their age.
Yeah.
But you present this facade of, this is how I've always been. He was like, and that's not helpful.
Right.
He was like, and what that means is, since you on some fake stuff as your kid, I can't really trust you. Meaning, I'm not going to come to you when I really got something I need to talk about.
Right.
Because you don't even let me be real with cussing. So I sure can't tell you, I done laid down with this man and I'm pregnant. I'm sure you do. But I mean, that goes back to the difference with me and how I look at things. So going back to what you said about my son, I think he was 7, 8 years old at the time. He said to me, Dad, how come I can't cuss and you and Mom can cuss?
Right.
And what I said to him was, you can cuss, son, as long as you're willing and able to deal with the consequences of the words that come out of your mouth.
Oh, okay.
And for me, that's the separation,
Right.
right?
Okay.
As opposed to me simply being like, you better not say no cuss words. Like, I wasn't cussing at 8 and 9 years old.
Right.
Horribly, I'm sure. Ain't figured out the cadence or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But you know, we in grade school, we on the playground.
Yeah.
This and that.
Yeah.
D.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Still scared.
No, and I did the same thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
why am I going to come and expect him to hold to a standard I never held to?
Right.
But I am going to inform you, go to school, say a cuss word, be prepared for consequences, my friend. But you're right. Do you. Right? So that was our conversation.
You did not set it up like that. I absolutely thought he was going to say, yeah, so, they could cuss around me. Absolutely not.
Well,
Absolutely
but they could, again, as long as you're willing to accept the consequence. So the consequence might be, hey, my man, me and Kelly sitting here, we grown. What you doing? That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Don't do that no more.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
But that's it. It's not just like
Don't
you can
do it.
And so the fact that my son realizes he can, like me, he still doesn't. I know him and his friends be cussing up. In fact, I done heard him because of the dang Xbox and all that. They on the phone
Crazy.
yelling, and I would say to him, bro, y'all all got headphones on. Why you yelling?
Right.
Everybody can hear each other. But, right, I know he do. But he doesn't do it in front of me. And I'm fine with that, right? Because it was the same thing. I was well into adulthood when I said my first gingerly curse word in front of my father. Because I'm grown. I'm grown as hell.
Yeah.
But it still felt weird coming out of my mouth. You know what I mean? So, but to me, that means they did their job. Because my father never threatened me like you can't or whatever.
Right.
But I still had this kind of respect and reverence for him that I was like, I don't need to be talking like that in front of him.
Because you didn't weed with him though.
Right. There
No, I was not
You weren't
smoking
drinking
no
with
weed.
him.
That's the
Were you?
difference.
You weren't letting them hide guns in your house, were you?
Right.
No.
You didn't see him with 5 different boys or girls that you know is out in the street doing stuff, and you just let them hang out with them without saying nothing to them, right?
Right.
That's some of the things that's happening on now.
But I'm saying, what's the difference?
It is a difference.
It's a what
What is
difference
the
what?
difference?
With
Because
what?
if you give them that little leeway, that's when the other leeways come. So
what
if
you
you're
said-
giving him, if you give a kid a leeway to
Right.
say you can do what I do,
Right.
if you're responsible for that. So if I smoke weed and you decide to smoke weed, you get as
Deal with
long
the
as
consequences.
You
Yeah.
deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
If I carry a gun and you carry a gun, deal with the consequences. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we got to be careful with those little.
That's why, brother. Yeah.
Right.
You got to be careful with that because.
So you saying don't do that at all?
No, because
Right.
you giving you once you start giving them that,
Right.
kids is smart.
Yeah.
They gonna be like, oh.
They gonna run with it.
I told my child one time, she couldn't have no boyfriend.
Yeah.
You can't have no boyfriend. That's not your focus. You at school. This,
Yeah.
this, and that. What happened? About 3 weeks later, I'm getting a call. Oh, I didn't know your daughter liked girls. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they gonna take every little thing
Right.
you give them and they run with it. So you got to be mindful of what you do and what you say.
I
And
just
every
give a little pushback
every
to
environment is different.
Yeah.
But you just got to be mindful
Right.
because some may take it how his son took it. A lot of them that
Right.
already think they grown and feeling themselves.
Yeah.
They're gonna take that.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with it because I'm comfortable with myself, so I can't say that. And
But
as far as when
that's
it comes
not,
to,
you know that's not the
listen,
norm.
But I don't know about a norm or weird. I just know about me. I'm comfortable with it because this is who I am. So
Okay.
I can't agree or disagree with that. I ain't in that lane. But as far as setting a standard for kids and setting a standard for people, it has to be a standard. No matter what. Ain't no way in the world my kid is going to ever cuss around me. They better not.
Better not.
Simple as that. That's just me. And there's certain things that I'm not going to allow them to do, and especially around me. Because I ran the streets and did everything under the sun. I ain't never cussed at my mom.
Because I was just about to say,
I ain't never, not one time cussed at my
Are
mom.
you the same person around your parents when you walk out that door?
Heck no, never.
Exactly.
Because I got respect. And
Yeah.
one thing about it,
You're
even
not
up
the
here,
same person.
even up here at the King Center, when I was growing up as a kid, we done everything under the sun. But if I hear Mo call my name or something,
an
or
adult-
Jewel call my name in the
adult.
back and I'm fighting, like Jay,
I'm cutting out.
you see what I'm saying? It's a difference. That's respect. And if they allowed us to fight around them and cuss around them, we'll never hold that standard and not have respect for adults. That's why if you look at the time now today with so-called YNs, they don't have respect for authority, respect for adults because they got that leeway to cuss around their people. So at school, when a teacher tell a kid, hey, you can't do that. What? I don't care. I'm gonna call your mama. I don't care. Call my mama. I ain't
She know
tripping.
I
You ain't
do
my
it.
mama. You ain't my daddy. My daddy let me do this. So how you gonna say something to me?
Well,
So
Kelly
that's the
said
problem.
she felt like I said the same thing. I was gonna say I don't think it's exactly the same thing.
What I'm saying?
Just
Yeah.
similar.
No,
Well,
he's saying he'll give his kid leeway.
Oh,
and he's saying
my
that-
son does have leeway for
Yeah,
sure.
take that-
But I was
well,
gonna
Have
say,
consequences with it too.
Yeah.
well, but that's just the world we live in, right? I was gonna say, and I know I'm a little different or whatever.
You
but,
who you is.
No,
It's
for
cool.
sure.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, like I'm hearing you, and I'm hearing everybody say, like,
Yeah.
no, you ain't gonna do that in front of me.
No.
Which the other side of that coin is, you're right. I'm not gonna do it in front of
But-
you. I'm gonna do it
Which
behind
is
your
what
back.
I was
That's
saying.
okay.
It is okay. Right. No, and that is.
I ain't saying that's okay. I'm just saying I understand what
No,
you're saying.
you
Let me
wouldn't
say
say what I
that.
said, but
Let me
I'm
say
saying that I think that is our normal kind of relationship to parenting with our children, which is you better not do that around me, right? And we hope that continues outside the home.
But
I was gonna
that
say,
ain't what I'm saying though. But go ahead.
What
I
I'm
get
saying is, as a human and an individual, we gonna have the good and the bad.
For sure.
So me personally, I'm not gonna give my kid what I had that was my bad because I feel like if that's something that they want to do or is gonna try to do, they're gonna find a way to do it. So that's just not a path, unfortunately, that I'm not gonna open up for them.
Right.
Because
As
I
in,
tell
like
my
not sharing. What,
no, because I tell my kids, like, my kids know me. They know their mama. They know their mama used to fight. They know their mama used to do stuff. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? They know that. But also they know that their mom has did enough for everybody that nobody else has to do it.
So, but
You get what I'm saying? So, and
Yeah.
that's just my household.
Yeah. If I can real quick though put a bow on what I was saying, and this is very individualistic, but because of the freedom my son knows he has with me,
He respected.
it's not just respect. He feels comfortable coming to me with anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Because he knows at the end of the day, it's not going to be what?
Right. So let me pause it.
And-
That's
and
not
I'm
what I
saying-
was saying at all.
quick-
I'm not
quick-
saying that at all. That's not what I'm saying.
Quick little story.
Yeah.
He one evening did just something so dumb. It surprised me because I apparently was giving him more credit than I should have. And so he comes up to the spot and he like, dang, I did this super dumb thing, right? and I was like, what were you thinking? He was like, I don't know, and he needed help rectifying it, right?
Yeah.
So I helped him get out of it.
Understand
And my initial response, because he also put himself into a little bit of a pickle, like this could have went real south, was to have that fear response and be like, now check this out, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
But because while I'm distracted by helping him get out of this entanglement, what I realized was, hey, my man, you realize how dumb that was, right?
Right, for
Man,
sure.
yeah. So you probably not doing it. No.
Right. Learning curve.
And in my mind, me coming down with the hammer would have made no difference. He has to come to that conclusion.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't make him do or not do anything.
Right.
That's the reality.
So
So,
are you saying-
I've taken a different approach to.
So pretty much what you saying is they gonna go out and put their toe in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna explore.
You
for
don't
sure.
want them to jump in.
Yeah.
Because most of our kids is jumping full into them.
Yeah.
Right?
But
to
your
your
point,
point,
I got a different relationship, not just with him, with culture, our world, etc.
Yeah.
Again, the kids we talking about, they're not being parented to begin. So I was gonna say, don't get it twisted. Where I'm like, if everybody just do it like I do it, you could have this.
Yeah.
No, my man is well regulated and a good citizen and
Yeah,
all
he
that.
gave him some
So
laws and
there's
values.
very
Right. That's that.
it.
he got his own guardrails that he established because of the way he was raised. But it's
You
not
was-
out of fear.
You established the guardrails for him.
But-
and the circle, you said you can do anything you want to in the circle, but don't go outside of it. So when he out here in the street, in the back of his mind, he's thinking about, man, if I get in this right here, I remember when Dad said this. I'm going to test it, but I ain't getting all the way in. We did it.
Right.
Yeah.
I jumped all the way in, you touched your toe, and you just kept on moving.
Yeah.
I went straight to prison.
That was the extreme.
You
of
see
it.
what I'm saying?
But to your point, we all, especially if you got kids, we did it. Our parents did
That's what I'm
it.
saying.
Parents before them did it.
Yes.
That's what I mean. For me, it's like, why am I coming at you about stuff I know you doing because I did it and my father did it and his father did it, right?
So let me say this.
So my approach
So
then
that makes
is
it okay?
no, it don't make it okay.
Okay.
But it also changes how I respond to it.
Yeah.
Like I said, so my response is, all right, bro.
Yeah.
You walk down that road, I promise you, I've lived long enough, you're gonna run headlong into a brick wall.
Right.
That's
Ultimately, to Ivan's point, my only hope, see, because here's the thing, and I get it, it's a fear response. We want to control
There you go.
how they interact with the world because we love them so much,
Yeah.
and we don't want them to get hurt. And so we're like, no, I'm a hold you
can't
until
do that, though.
No.
Yeah.
well,
Don't do
you
that.
can't because you can't anyway.
Right,
As
nah.
you said,
Yeah.
all the stuff I did, I'm up under the bleachers at LaSalle High School.
Right.
What is that?
Shooting dice.
You know,
Okay.
well, no, what's shooting dice?
He ain't shooting dice.
Wild.
Hey,
My
man.
bad.
I mean, it is what it is. It's being real. So, what I'm saying is this, though, y'all. That's tough, though. After that, this is what I'm saying too, as well. What I meant by that. Yes, we know that they're gonna do things for sure. My daughter, she's 15. My other kids are younger, so I ain't got them conversations just yet. But it's no different from the conversation we have, like with the kids that come in here. We know that you're gonna do things. You're doing things out here, but when you in here, you're not going to be using that destructive language. You're not going to be wearing that hood. You're not going to be wearing your pants down, sagging. And you're going to start understanding the value and the principle of that and the reason why I'm steady installing that in, the reason why that standard is there. So yes, we know you probably may do this out here, but in hopes that you will grasp the understanding of why you don't do that and why it's not appropriate to do that. It's about the things that's appropriate and things that's not appropriate, the things that's reasonable and not reasonable. So even at the same time, I'm still giving that grace for you to still be you, to still be a teenager, still be who you are, but I'm trying to give you like where we at, the standard, and how you supposed to operate. What y'all whispering about? We on the podcast talk. What's up?
No.
They were trying to figure out if
We didn't want to
they
interrupt.
Huh?
They was both talking about their
And
points.
I
that they were making.
Yeah, I mean, what y'all whispering about? Like, it's on the podcast. Y'all over here, hey, are you sign language, man? Talk. What's up, man? That's all I'm saying.
I just said I was gonna say something to her, and then I was gonna let her just close it
Yeah,
out.
you know what I'm saying?
No, I
Just saying. What you? Y'all off the chain, man.
No, I was with you and what you were saying. I guess why when he talks about creating an open door for his son to talk to him about whatever, I was like, that's my thing is, I don't think we have healthy enough relationships where our kids will come, and I ain't talking about y'all specifically. I'm saying, I want my niece, I want my nephew, I want them to feel, and we've worked through this as a family, to feel as though they can talk to their parents about things they're curious about. If you are making your young person feel like, no, hell no. Ain't no sex, ain't no drugs, ain't no this, ain't no that, and you not even allowing them to talk about their curiosity, what they're encountering, what somebody's bringing around them. We do not create that
Look,
as a
even though-
culture. And I did not have
But
it.
that's-
My
so
sister
look,
didn't
Even though me and Malcolm are raising our kids different, my kids are so comfortable with me.
But you're
So let
getting the
me
same
tell you-
result.
So let me tell you why, how I experienced it. My daughter was on the phone with her friends, and all of them were bisexual. And they were talking and this and that, and so she come in the room, and so she started telling me everything that's going on with the different, stuff that's going on with them and their group. And they said, I'll hear one of them say, wait, who you talking to?
Yeah.
And she like, I'm talking to my mama. We don't hide nothing from our mama.
Yeah.
And the girl said, my mom still don't even know. Now they are 18.
Yeah.
And so I get what you're saying, but
It's concerning.
I don't think I do believe that those relationships, but I try to tell everybody, like people that I talk to and have relationships with, give your child a chance to speak.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes
you got to.
we are so much wrapped into parenting is what I'm saying, that we don't have a listening ear.
Yeah.
And so you have to, and I may not did it as much with my oldest, which is 25, but you gradually learn. And sometimes we have to understand that exactly.
Ain't no blueprint to
and
it.
sometimes we
Figuring this
have to understand that Kelly telling me that, hey Trey, you may need to just, throw a hint that let your child know that uncomfortable conversation is probably the best conversation that she needs to have with you. Instead of saying, no, Kelly needs to mind her business. Yeah. Take heed. So I get what you're saying for sure. But our culture is so built and we are raised so much on privacy from BC.
Yes.
I don't think that's today though. That ain't what's going on today though. No more.
It's
like,
not
like
private.
that. Well, not
it's not
everywhere.
It's
though.
not private because I'm coming and telling you, Jay, hey, your child was comfortable enough to tell me this. And
Right.
that.
Yeah.
It's not private, but it's because it's being blasted on social media and on these platforms to where when they fall out with their friends, this is how you finding out stuff.
Yeah.
When that shouldn't be the case.
Right.
You should already know. So when you find out on here, it ain't even nothing in your household that's causing disruption. Y'all can continue to move forward.
But the conversation we had, you and your daughter's life, you and your daughter's life, you and your son's life, we all in our kids' life.
Yeah.
Watch this. Think about this mother that got 3 kids, that's working 2 jobs.
Yeah.
That's elementary school.
Yeah.
And they barely got time to be able to spend time with her kids because she's trying to keep a roof over her head.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So I've had little young men who was out selling dope and not going to school and stuff.
Right.
I go in the house and I look around, the house is clean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything is set up, right? The only difference is the mama needed a good job.
Yeah.
The little boy graduated from Rose-Hulman as an engineer.
Right.
But he was out here getting arrested 3 or 4 times selling weed, and JJC kept just cycling.
Right.
But nobody never went to his house to see what the whole environment was
Right.
going on in his house.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So we can look at it's different scenarios in this thing.
A lot. Yeah.
You always got to go back to slavery.
Mm-hmm.
We still got remnants of slavery that's still going on today.
Yeah.
If you just look at South Bend, where do most of the black people live at?
Right.
Where do the most of the Latinos live at?
Right.
Where do most of the white people live at?
Yeah.
Why is it so separated?
Separated for sure.
If my son go out and do something that Johnny does, he's going to get it worse.
Yeah.
So I got to make sure my son understand when the police pull you over, put your hands on the steering wheel.
Right, for sure.
I got to teach him how to deal with the police officer. I got to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Joe Blow over here ain't got to have that conversation.
Yeah, no
with
doubt,
his son.
no doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But us as a community and as a culture have to continue to giving our kids jewels. We cannot continue to stop when they turn 18.
Right.
The same way you gave them a bath lesson, the same way you gave them a brushing teeth lesson, you have to continue.
Yeah.
So,
you got to continue to set that standard. You have to.
So that's why I want to come back to what you said earlier about there not being a blueprint. I think that's something we say because we don't like to be told what to do. I think there's absolutely a path and a blueprint. And I'm not going back to right or wrong.
What's the blueprint?
Right? Well,
what is it?
It's not about it being rules, but we do know that there are things that work.
What?
What was it that got you?
Because your grandparents had kids that get
It's
in
not,
trouble.
but again, it's not. But
What's
it's
the
not
blueprint?
about. It's not about getting in trouble. Go, please.
No, well, I was going to say, I think what Kelly said, there's a generic framework
Yes.
for parents.
What?
We talk about it all the time.
Generic. And
say
why?
Where is that?
I'm about to tell you
Let's see.
that we are responsible for trying to discipline them, correct them, guide them. That's the generic framework, right?
We didn't get
that's why I said
respectful out of
But
nowhere.
in those same senses, you giving them that part of those things that you breaking down that you know.
Well,
that was handled.
that's still a blueprint.
But what I'm saying is that's just a generic blueprint.
Framework.
I'm saying individual. I'm agreeing. Ultimately, I was going to say I'm just going to get there because parenting. People can tell you all they want. I remember when I started, right? When I knew my kid was coming. I'm watching these parents pull up at McDonald's with their kids. And I'm like, because I ain't never parented, I wish I would feed my son some McDonald's, right? Eventually, you get into the reality of
got to get
this little mofo. He in the back seat. I've been stressed out all day.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go home.
Man, give me that Happy Meal that day.
And I'm gonna make some. Hey. Yeah, no, whatever he wants, just to get him to shut up.
Yeah,
you know what I
sure.
mean. So like, you can't like, and I'm sure parents could have told me this. You gonna do this. You gonna do this.
Yeah.
That game, until you get into it,
Right.
you can't really know what it really
Right.
is.
So let me say this though.
Individually,
Right.
but I'm saying
Go ahead,
generally
finish.
we understand.
Yeah.
I think is what you were saying.
Yes.
How a parent should parent a child.
So let me say this though real quick. So you talk about a blueprint. A blueprint is this instructions, right?
Yeah.
We on the same page with that?
Yeah.
So
No,
if I need to
and I agree.
so if I need to
There's
put
no
together this vacuum, it's gonna have A, B, C, and D. This part is this part, that part, and then you gotta connect this, and then this is what this picture is
And
supposed to
And
look like.
that's gonna make the vacuum work.
And that's gonna make it work, huh?
Subset.
Now hold on, wait. So that's what make it work, huh? That's gonna be that, right?
No, not at all. No.
So what I'm saying is this: it's no blueprint to full blueprint to parenting because
No.
each and every individual kid
I
is
agree.
different. So you got to deal with them accordingly.
Don't use the term blueprint.
Yeah.
Framework.
That's what
Framework,
I'm saying.
blueprint, a script,
Well,
how to get this done.
Because
But for me,
Always
framework
adjust.
is
That's what I'm
stripped
saying.
down.
Adjust.
Okay, so-
Framework is
Okay, so listen.
as a parent.
I'm gonna
Jay,
say this. Listen, to what I'm saying. So even the same way with dealing with kids, dealing with at-risk youth when they're coming into a place like the Kingston. It's no direct blueprint of how to deal with this kid.
No.
Because it's different things that you
For
can
sure.
do. You got to
Yeah.
learn this
That's
person.
not
You
what
got to
I'm
learn
saying.
them. You got to help them out with their issues, and this issue may be different from that issue.
Yeah.
This
Well,
kid may be different from that
for
kid.
sure.
In coaching,
As you
it's
said, there's
different.
no
Hold on,
blueprint for
in
that.
coaching, it's a different way. I can't coach every kid the same. I
Yeah.
can have the way I coach, but each and every
I
individual is
think
gonna be
you
different.
think we're arguing with
Yeah,
you,
I'm
and
about
we're
to
No,
not.
say,
y'all did because you first said it ain't no blueprint.
Well, no,
That's not.
You first said it is a
She
blueprint.
did.
I'm like, it ain't no
No,
blueprint to this.
and that's
No,
why
he
I
agree
tried
over
to
here. He
change
said
what she said.
Yeah.
Framework. Like one of the tenets of the framework would be, as a parent, you are responsible for providing for your child.
Yeah.
Meaning, you gonna keep a roof over his
Yeah.
or her head.
Correct.
You gonna put some clothes on.
Yeah.
You gonna make sure he goes to school.
Yeah.
That's the generic framework I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
So that ain't what I'm talking about.
Those big, wide,
That's what
broad.
That ain't what I'm talking
No,
about.
it's
That's what
because
I
that's
was
what I said.
referring to.
Well, y'all flipping it all around the world now,
No,
man.
that's what
Because
I
I'm saying,
meant.
No, but see, that's-
once you got that framework, I'm
Yeah.
saying, once I walked into that framework, thinking I knew. So that's why.
Thinking that you knew.
I thought, because I big picture.
And then you start figuring it out.
Once you get in it,
Yeah.
you
And
realize.
now you're
That's what
figuring
you
it out.
read.
No, it's like
There
you
ain't
said.
nothing that was
Oh,
given to you.
where the blueprint at? Because I don't even know what room I'm in
Thank
right
you.
now.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
that's for all of us.
Yeah, you
So
gotta
do I
figure it
ask you
out.
this one? How do
Ultimately
you,
saying.
Yeah.
how do you get
I'm just gonna pause for real.
So how do you get to the point to where?
What is it?
How do you get to the point to where a young adult who has kids understands what they're supposed to be doing as for a child that they just had out of wedlock?
Yeah.
Where do they get the information from? Right?
That's why I said there are
Because if
things
Bill
that
Johnny's
you are
standing out here and
given.
he see you out here selling dope and stuff on the street, you his role model because you
Yeah.
got the money because
Yeah.
that's what they trying to get.
Right, for sure.
But if they see you over here driving up and down the street every day and you taking your kids, cutting your grass, fertilizing
Right.
your yard, all
Right.
this type of stuff, are they looking at you as a role model? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We have a responsibility as adults to be real role models for our kids.
Yeah.
But you
We
as
setting the
adults
wrong. A lot of
still-
us are setting the wrong examples.
Yeah, for sure.
But you still, because they're given what they was gave.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So we
But ain't no
blaming the
blueprint
kids as
because
the
they
adults.
can't-
Yeah, I ain't blaming the kids. I ain't never blaming the kids. I ain't doing that.
And real quick, and I know we done went far away from what our topic was,
Right.
but I think we went where we were supposed to go.
Yeah.
And I know Daddy is probably like, y'all need to wrap this up real quick, and because I've been on it and I can't get off of it. Brain health, right?
Yeah.
Back to Isaac's point about parents' fault responsibility. When you gave that example of the single mother with the job,
Yeah, for sure.
it's not just that she needed a better job. The other thing is when those kids were first coming up, which is why I can parent the way I can with my son, because what he got was he knew from birth he was safe.
Yeah.
He was nurtured.
Yeah.
He was loved.
Yeah.
Which allowed his prefrontal cortex to develop in the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Because that's
There you
that's the decision.
Yeah.
Real
So
quick, when we
did
talk
you
about courage,
nurture him?
of course I did. Hold on
Okay.
though. But I'm saying emotions
Yeah.
are faster than thought. Slow down and I'm gonna let me
go
say
ahead.
that one more time. Emotions are faster
Yeah.
than thought. Meaning
sure.
you gonna
The
feel
reaction.
something way before you can think about it.
Absolutely.
Right? So prefrontal cortex, so that comes from the amygdala. I know I sound like damn Michael
No, but they
Weston
need to
now
learn
talking
this.
about this. what they call the reptilian brain.
Oh, man.
Which is what keeps us safe, right?
Yeah.
But it's also responsive.
Yeah.
It is not logical, it's not reasonable.
Yeah.
Who's scared of dogs in here? You. Most guys.
Anybody be scared of a dog?
And it doesn't matter. When you're scared of a dog,
Somebody else's dog.
Somebody else's
but
dog.
I'm saying, when you're scared of a dog, even if it's little, those of us who are not, we're like, what's wrong with him?
Right.
But you just hey, you just react before you even think about that dog weighs 20 pounds. Why am I scared of him? Right? So,
Because they got teeth you can bite.
that amygdala, the prefrontal, it balances that out. It should be the thing that puts the brakes on. Because it's inevitable. All of us feel before we think. The reason we don't just go around acting is because our prefrontal cortex makes us say, ooh, I bet not cuss this man out.
Yeah.
Ooh, I bet not put my that's probably not a good idea. Right?
For real.
And so that goes back to the beginning, I think. When we talk about parenting and kids, if you don't get that and that doesn't get developed, you're fighting the world at a disadvantage, right? Because you are just instinctual now.
Can I ask you something
That's
real
what
quick
I was
before we wrap
saying
this
without
up? Right?
saying it.
So, all right. So let me say this. So you said that, like you said, Mr. Hunt, he's scared of dogs. So he'll see the little poodle and he gonna jump back. Hey man, get this dog, right?
Yeah.
Because you said that you feel first before you think, right? So if I see that poodle, I'm gonna sit right here and not have no fear. So what is that?
You just ain't scared of dogs.
So I'm saying I didn't feel anything.
Your fight or flirt
Because
kick in
you're not scared. That's what I was
scared of
saying.
dogs.
I was just using the
But
example.
I'm using the example too because I'm not in my feelings. I don't walk around in my feelings, so I don't feel
Well,
that.
no, is there
Use
something you're
a better
afraid
example
of,
this
though?
way, J.J. These young dudes is running around here with guns. They scared, but they ain't scared, right? They ain't scared when they carrying it. They scared when they see somebody come by. Now that fear done kicked in. Fear of flight. What am I gonna do? When you ask them why you carrying a gun, I need it for my safety. Well, if you ain't going to the places where you need to carry a gun, you ain't got to worry about your fear and stuff jumping in.
But that makes sense. But see, when you're dealing in an environment full of danger, it makes sense to always keep this gun. And so the fear that you're speaking on, really, it ain't just fear that. That ain't just the same fear.
No,
that's different.
You just ain't right. But watch this. If we as parents is teaching our kids, I'm gonna test the water, but I ain't jumping in.
Right.
I'm not going down here to this bar, and I know they gonna be over here shooting.
Right.
I'm gonna sit at home. I ain't gonna be riding around in the middle of the night with no driver's license and gun and weed
But when you
in my
come
car.
to that understanding, at
That's
what
what
age?
I'm talking about. That's where that fear and stuff come in. That's where them lessons come from.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, because maybe I messed us up by sticking to fear. Any emotion, anger. I mean, how many times during the course of the day do you get mad at somebody for something,
A lot.
but you don't
React.
you don't respond out of that emotion because you got a break. I'm saying if you don't
like Trey just said, she said they different from us because I don't walk around mad about nothing. It's tough.
say-
When I'm mad,
I ain't
around
perfect,
mad.
but it's tough to get mad like that.
let me give an example.
I don't
Jay.
respond that way,
You
but
driving, somebody
That's
cuts
fine.
you off.
Everybody's different.
You have a flash of anger,
Do you
which
though?
and the anger says out of that fear, I should run into the back of him, or I should catch up to him, roll my window down, and cuss that fool out. Because that's
So
not
is that
even
everybody gonna react
it's
that
not
way?
just anger.
No.
It's the fear response, right? Like, oh man, I could have died. I could have got injured.
Yeah.
So all them emotions flood your body.
We closing.
Oh, are we? Oh. What? Cut us
No,
off 20
but
minutes ago.
obviously, this is something that we're all very passionate about, right?
What,
and-
parenting or which one? Because it went off the track.
But that's
we have all been courageous parents
Or we just courageous all in one.
All together.
and courageous TT. There you
thank
go.
you.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
I've raised many a kid.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
And
go.
but I think that we're passionate about it because it's important to us that our young people
Yeah.
have the opportunity to live their life
For sure.
and remain alive and free.
That's it.
But I'm not wrapping it up either. But we're gonna come back and do a part 2 through 7
Yeah.
for this because I think it's important that we get it out, right?
But we got off the topic. I mean, a little bit,
but it
but
was,
still on
but
topic.
it was on though.
Because it's more that we wanted to dig up out of Mr. Hunt too, for sure. We
yeah.
didn't get a
I
chance.
ain't
But
gonna come back.
it
South
is what it
Bend.
is. This is what it is.
Be
It's
back
real.
next week.
This one's for you.
Done. Bye.
For every young soul still standing, alive and free.